Coming up tonight on YCU, a routine traffic stop turns into a large drug bust in Brattleboro. The Springfield, Vermont hospital receives an award for clinical excellence. And we'll get a peek into the Salt Hill pubs as we celebrate Restaurant Week here in New Hampshire. With more news, sports, and weather, stay tuned. It's time for YCU, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region and central Vermont. News, sports, weather, public affairs, and all that's happening in our area. The news on YCU, your local view.
Hi, Dave Carmichael here with you on YCU. Vermont State Police have arrested a Connecticut man after they say they found 7 pounds of marijuana in his car after a routine traffic stop. Police say they stopped 23-year-old Eric Yu of Weston, Connecticut on Interstate 91 in Brattleboro on Saturday night. They said he produced a small amount of marijuana and consented to a search of his sedan. Police say they also found 2.5 grams of cocaine and several $1,000s in the car, in addition to the 7 pounds of marijuana. Yu was arrested on drug possession charges. Police say a Dartmouth College senior was arrested following a theft at a fraternity house. 21-year-old Maurice Johnson was accused of stealing a $6,500 watch and some cash from Phi Delta Alpha fraternity. Johnson was charged with receiving stolen property, and more charges are expected. 2 raccoons in Hanover tested positive for rabies after they were seen acting strangely. Hanover police say that they received 2 separate reports of raccoons acting strangely last week. The raccoons were captured, killed, and tested. Police said that the raccoons had come in contact with some domestic animals. Anyone with pets should make sure that they're vaccinated against rabies. Any animal seen acting strangely should be reported to the police. New Hampshire residents may want to stock up on bug spray for this season. Some mosquito experts are saying that the Granite State is in for a challenging season. They say the lack of a hard freeze helped mosquitoes through the winter. The mosquito feeds on birds and plays an important role in the spread of Eastern equine encephalitis, or EEE. New Hampshire celebrates a century of picking presidents. WCAX reports that today marks the 100th anniversary of the law that created the Granite State's famous first-in-the-nation presidential primary. As a result of the primary, presidential candidates have historically spent more time campaigning in this state than almost any other. The Vermont State Parks are set to open for this weekend. A press release says the Memorial Day holiday, the unofficial start of summer, marks the beginning of the prime season for all 52 Vermont State Parks. Officials are hopeful that this year's park visitation will at least match last year's 20-year record. The Vermont State Parks have compiled a bunch of resources like menus, how-to videos, printable checklists, weekend itineraries, and more for park visitors. Vermont State Parks saw more than 915,000 visits last summer. Members of the Claremont chapter of Rolling Thunder, a motorcycle club dedicated to helping veterans, will head to Washington, D.C. this week as part of the club's annual Memorial Day demonstration. According to a report in the Eagle Times, about 2,500 motorcycle riders went to Washington, D.C. in 1987 to hold the Washington establishment accountable for veterans who were still counted as missing in action or listed as prisoners of war. That one act, triggered by the club, made the government accountable for the care of veterans either missing in action or prisoners of war or at home and in need of help. VHA Incorporated, a national healthcare network, has given Springfield Hospital a 2013 VHA Leadership Award for Clinical Excellence, honoring the hospital for achieving national performance standards for clinical quality, safety, and patient experience. VHA is a national network of more than 1,350 not-for-profit hospital systems. The organization awarded 40 hospitals and health systems for clinical excellence. Springfield Hospital was one of 10 VHA member hospitals to receive this year's award in the Critical Access Acute Care Hospitals category. After the break, we'll learn about planning your estate with Tim Caldwell.
The YCU News continues in a moment.